Going to explain how to turn off the option for inheriting permissions. This is important because inherited permissions can sometimes cause unexpected behavior, especially when dealing with files, folders, or even registry keys in your operating system. Turning it off gives you more granular control over who has access to what. Let's cover a few common scenarios. 1. Turning off inheritance on files and folders in Windows. First, locate the file or folder you want to modify. Right-click on it and select Properties. Go to the Security tab. You'll see a button that says Advanced. Click it. In the Advanced Security Settings window, you'll find a section near the bottom labeled Inheritance. Click the Disable Inheritance button. Windows will prompt you on how to handle existing permissions. You'll typically choose to either copy permissions from the parent folder or remove all existing permissions and start fresh. Select your preferred option and click Apply. This ensures that only the explicitly set permissions apply to that specific file or folder, and not any permissions inherited from its parent directory. Remember that this process might need administrator rights. 2. Dealing with Active Directory and Group Policy for advanced users. If you're managing permissions within a larger network using Active Directory and Group Policy, the process is more complex. You'll need to work within the Group Policy Management Console, GPMC. You'll navigate to the specific organizational unit, OU, or computer object that contains the settings you want to modify, and then edit the relevant Group Policy object, GPO. Look for settings related to user rights assignment, file system permissions, or folder access. You might need to disable inheritance at the GPO level to achieve granular control over permissions across multiple objects, and it often involves careful planning to avoid disrupting access for legitimate users. This requires a good understanding of Active Directory and Group Policy, so it's crucial to back up your configuration before making changes. This is definitely an advanced topic better suited for system administrators. 3. Permissions in other operating systems, Linux, Mac OS. The methods for disabling permission inheritance vary greatly based on your operating system. In Linux, you might use commands like chmod to set explicit permissions, effectively overriding inherited ones. On Mac OS, you might utilize the built-in access control lists, ACLs, within the Finder's Get Info dialog, similar in principle to the Windows Advanced Security settings but with different specific options. Consult your operating system's documentation for specific instructions, as the commands and interfaces are different. Remember to always back up your system before making significant changes to permissions. Incorrectly modifying permissions can cause data loss or access issues. If you are unsure about any of these steps, consult a professional IT expert. Carefully review the effects of your changes before applying them. Always test on a non-production environment first. Understanding how inheritance works and knowing how to disable it gives you complete control over your system's security.